right, Weed Show, we're wrapping up Atlanta. I'm not in Atlanta, but I got the race winner anyway. Was this already, yeah, you made it. This was already on your list?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I was coming here probably like 2 weeks ago. I made a decision to come. I think it's just something to switch it up, not going home. It just gets monotonous doing the same thing every week. So you get the opportunity to come here, you got to take advantage of that.
I feel like you're a MotoGP branded guy. First of all, Alpine Stars. Oakley's got a presence here too. All this, right?
Yeah.
Honda, certainly.
Honda, everybody. Yeah.
Yes.
So we got a lot of connections here for definitely.
You're not, what is it like on Sunday morning? Are you hurting at all?
Yeah.
Like, are you beat on a Sunday normally?
This morning I woke up feeling like I raced an outdoor race because it was so hot yesterday.
Yes.
Not hot, but it was warmer.
Yeah.
So I felt like I was a little bit dehydrated this morning. So when you wake up, your body just feels like so sore and like it's hard to sleep. But overall, I feel good. I mean, definitely got more sleep last night than I normally do just because I flew here and I got to sleep till like 8 in the morning, so I wake up at 4 to catch a flight. So I actually feel a little bit better today than normal, so that's good.
Might be the way to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, you and I talked at the press conference, Zoom.
Zoom, yes.
You were thinking a little bit like, you've got to get this done. During the main, like, I've got to finish this.
Yeah, well, especially because like I not pulled the whole shot, but I was in the lead so early, and I'm like, I know I can do this. I just got to I can go out there and execute how I know I can. So yeah, it was good. I just was reading the pit board a lot, trying to stay focused on that. And when I saw a 10-minute mark, I'm like, okay, really lock in and kind of just. I really just want to get to that first set of whoops really good. That was the one after the wall. Those whoops were the most technical on the track. Yeah. So if I get through there, I was like, okay, we're good. So yeah, it was solid. I felt really good, and my speed was really good in the main event again. So.
Can you put? I mean, I'm sure you've tried everything. Okay, you said you made bike changes. You're riding more long motos during the week. Anything you could put your finger on and say like, we're good now, or is it still? We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I think just focusing on like I said last week, I didn't do really anything but just motos. So yeah, I think this week I'm gonna ride outdoors today, and then ride Supercross. So it's yeah, I'm just trying to focus on those long races and the motos, and that's where you get paid to do is the main event. So that's why I was like, this week I'm like, I am not focused on anything, but the points paying race, and that's the main event.
But had you been already trending that way with your prep?
Yeah. I mean, I've definitely been going towards that. Because the speed hasn't really been a problem.
No.
So just consistency, and I just really tried to hone in on the last 10 minutes of the race, and that was the biggest thing.
You said you stretched her bike out a little bit.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she's long.
Yeah, she's long now. Looks like one of these when they got the ride height
for real.
down.
When they're doing a start, that's what my bike looks like.
Yes, that's your Honda. Okay, is there that is a little bit slower in qualifying or when the track is fresh? Is it almost getting to the point where you have to give up to gain?
Yeah, I mean, I say that, but like my qualifying really hasn't like gotten any worse. So.
Oh really?
Yeah,
But that was the theory. You were thinking it would be better late in the race.
Yeah, well, I just wanted to give myself a little bit of. My whole thing is like I want to
stability.
It's a little bit more of a like comfort zone, like not so on edge the whole race. So that was kind of my main thing. I didn't really care about qualifying. Obviously, I don't care about the heat race. I just want to be good in the last 10 minutes of the race in the main. So,
so you thought you might give up something earlier in the day, but it just didn't even happen.
Yeah, it didn't really happen. I mean, we made bike changes this weekend, just more the shock and just clicker stuff. But I haven't really made any like forward changes, shock changes at the races at all. So, yeah, my bike, I got longer clamps on, and yeah, she's pretty stretched out.
All right, 2 more things for you. Yeah, they love it. I think you're 17 points, something like that. Do you think about this?
Win out. That's it. Gotta win the rest of these races, and we'll be. But if Cooper and Eli get into it, it could make it a little bit more opening for me. So
they didn't even get on the podium.
Yeah, I mean anything can happen. 17 points is a lot, but it's definitely doable, and we've seen crazier stuff happen.
Right. Yeah. So you're still thinking, I'm in it, or at least put your best foot forward.
All I can do is go out and try and win.
Right.
I mean, I've kind of put myself in a position where I kind of have to win the rest of these races, or most of them, at least to have a shot at it. So, yeah, that's my mindset. And those guys are racing more racing each other at this point, I feel like. Yes. And I've kind of gotten that vibe, so now I can kind of just go out there, and if we can have Justin and Kenny in there and Jason, it can make it interesting. My last thing is coming to MotoGP. Does it help you like business-wise to shake some hands, meet some people? Yeah. Is it almost like a good part of your program to go here? Definitely. It's cool to meet different people, and especially like the MotoGP side, like the different riders, and just building relationships with different guys. It's cool, and
Do you get recognized pretty good?
Yeah, actually, it's crazy how many motocross fans there are here. Like, even like Europeans. Like, it's not a lot of Americans here. There's a lot of Americans here, but there's more Europeans, I feel like, and it's been cool today. I've gotten everyone's been saying good job last night. It's pretty cool. So overall, yeah, I meet new people, and Alpine Star and all my sponsors are pretty much here, Monster. So it's cool to have them and be a part of this.
Only thing would be better, imagine if we had a race in Austin last night. If you were to Supercross here, that'd be next level.
Well, at one point we thought we were going to race here.
Yeah, well, for SMX, I think, right? Yes. But we need to have a Supercross on this weekend.
I know.
Then you'd really be the king.
It's been wild, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, good to see you. Thanks for the time. Have fun. Enjoy the hospitality.
Thank you.
See, we still give you Supercross coverage, even though we're at MotoGP. Welcome to the Weed Show. Brought to you by Racetech Suspension and their fabulous gold valves. I don't know how much it would help on the road racing side, but I will say that COTA here at Circuit of the Americas in Texas is known as one of the bumpier MotoGP tracks. So, hey, maybe they need gold valves in their super ridiculous prototype carbon fiber works bikes. Want to know something crazy? I pointed this out on the Weed Show I did yesterday that was very MotoGP heavy. The forks on these KTMs that they use in MotoGP, the upper fork legs are carbon fiber. The lower fork legs are carbon fiber. They just have the hard chrome coating so it doesn't look that way because that's less stiction, less friction. But they actually have the fork legs up and down, bottom and top are carbon. Anyway, if you're not one of the 2 people on earth riding that motorcycle, gold valves might be what you need for your bike. They'll make your suspension plusher, better bottom resistance, more traction, and it's all made and engineered in the USA. So let's review Atlanta Supercross and what we watched last night. And when I mean we, I mean they're all Supercross fans here. I mean, everybody was glued to a laptop. Everyone was watching on Peacock. And it was really interesting. We had been teasing this scenario where we had, I think, maybe unique to any season ever. We've seen a couple seasons of really close championships, and we've seen a couple seasons where multiple guys can win. I don't think we've ever had both at the same time. I mentioned this a few weeks in a row on this show, and now it really came to fruition. It had seemed open, but we kept getting Webb, Tomac, Sexton taking most of the podiums and most of the wins, but that was real proof last night. Webb and Tomac went at it, but they were never gaining. We were watching the lap times. They were never gaining on the Barcia, Roczen, Sexton group ahead. Supercross guy, what's up? Yeah, there we go. See, I'm telling you, they're all here. Marvin Muscat. Hung out with Marv last night, had a good time. So now we have this scenario. The bikes are all over the place in the Moto2 race. Now we have this scenario where you could really be looking at, we have actual documented proof where there are major point swings because on a good or bad night for Webb and Tomac, Webb got 5th last week. They battled for 4th this time. This is not the one guy wins and the only thing he's going to do is make up 3 points because the other guy is guaranteed to get 2nd. Oh, no, no. So this is proof. Sexton's not necessarily out of it. I mean, that's a 5 to 7 point swing in one weekend like this. And these guys are hungry. Every time you give them a little more confidence, every time you, I mean, Barcia has to feel like a win is en route. But the strength of Ken Roczen, that was a long, rough, pretty hot, grueling race. Strong in the end again. And we all knew that Sexton was going to finally break through and get 1 win, and then a lot of us think more are coming. So really interesting how this series is shaping up. And a lot of it because of the wild card of Sexton maybe not even being out of it. All right, we'll be right back. This is the entrance to the paddock here for MotoGP. I just want to point out this hillside, that massive structure there, and the hillsides. This place is so big, it's crazy. They even put a Ferris wheel in there. That's like one of those carnival tilt-a-whirl things. I cannot believe how huge and spectacular this place is. Whether you're a MotoGP fan or not, it's kind of a bucket list item to just see this facility and see how this type of racing works. It's so incredibly different, as I highlighted in the last show. Now, in the interview we just did, Chase made a really interesting point, right? That it's beginning to look like Webb and Tomac are focusing more on each other. I even talked to Webb a little bit about his gate pick last week in the Triple Crown. A lot of people thought it was straight up a dumb move for him to pick an outside gate next to Tomac in race 2 last week. Now, Webb had his reasoning, which was in the first race, Colt Nichols used that gate next to Tomac to start second. And if you watch the first race back from Glendale real closely, that outside line, Nichols actually swept around Coop. So here's the way I think Coop was looking at it. Worst case scenario, I start right behind Eli. Best case scenario, I get in front of him. They are, I think, starting to think about each other and just beating each other and just getting starts on each other. I mean, they got sucked into a battle with each other there last night in Atlanta. And like I said, they weren't catching anybody else. And that's dangerous because it's giving these other guys more confidence. It is not the normal, the two title combatants just pull away from everyone else because there's so much on the line. And how fun is it to watch these guys with so much on the line? I mean, what more could you want? About 15 minutes of that main event was just Tomac and Webb going at it. Eli would gain, Webb would get away, Eli would gain, Webb would get away. That's what you like when you got a championship duel. Then in the 250 class, I don't think there's any surprise. It's still the Lawrence Brothers show. We're finally going to get what we've been talking about since the schedule came out, which was the showdown between the brothers coming up this weekend in New Jersey. There's going to be an unbelievable amount of talk and hype about that. I don't need to go too crazy on it because everybody's going to be talking about, look, they've all each won one, but all but one race this year, and now they're going to battle each other. It's going to be so fun to watch. So just wait for the sparks to fly in New Jersey in the 250 division. Another great ride by Hayden Deegan. Here's what I'm impressed about with Deegan. Obviously he's doing well, but even better than that, it's how he's doing it. This is not the typical rookie scenario where he just has unbelievable speed, like one lap speed, but does, you know, then throws it away or crashes. I mean, he has been a racer. He's not just been a lap time guy. In fact, some of the data that we've looked at with his lap times, it's not the one fast lap, it's the small variance he has in the class early in the season. Hayden Deegan had the least variance between his best lap in a main and last lap in a main. I don't know if that kept up, but I believe through the first 3 rounds, that was the case. Yes, the least variance between best lap time and worst last time, which you would think for a rookie would be the exact opposite. I've said this before about Deegan, but yes, I understand there's a hype machine going and a media machine going, and that makes it seem like some of this is manufactured, but you cannot manufacture heart. You can't. So he wants it, he's in shape, he's a fighter, he is strong the entire race, he doesn't make dumb mistakes and crash it away. It's just impressive what he's done. Now, Jordan Smith did get by him. There weren't any fireworks between the teammates. That's all in the past. The weirdo heat race from the last time. But it's impressive really what Deegan has done. And shout out to Joe Shimoda, who is back. Here's what I'm wondering. When a guy like Shimoda gets hurt, usually you don't see them for the rest of the season. Like you would think he'd come back just for outdoors. But there are points and seeding on the line for the SMX World Championship playoff at the end of the year. If Joe scores himself a couple points in Supercross, and he's already done that now, it's going to make his seeding at the end of the year that much better. So that helps. Flat track guys. Maxwell, flat track guy. We had you on the show at KTM the other week. Dallas Daniels. You guys are allowed to get along? I mean, you're not teammates, bro. We're good?
Yeah,
we're good. We're good. You dig this?
Oh yeah. This is sick. We finished that race. Awesome.
Yeah, that's the thing about MotoGP, man. Like it or not, whether you like road racing or not, the racing is so competitive.
Yeah,
that's what makes it fun.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yep. All right, so this is points leader. You're points leader, right?
That's true.
Are you close? Third right now. Okay. Going for 2 titles, maybe. All right, Dallas Daniels, Maxwell from the flat track game. Everybody comes to MotoGP. I saw road racers, flat track people, Supercross people. Marvin Musquin's been here all weekend. Saw Chad Reed this morning. I'd like to catch up with those guys if I can find them, but there's a lot of people here. And anyway, Shimoda, I hope that's a new trend. Guys not just mailing it in and saying, I'll see you in the next championship. And by the way, Shimoda's going to be better for it. He's going to get in a couple gate drops. Very few things bother me more than a guy who's healthy and could have come back for Supercross and then not doing it. And then at the first outdoor being like, well, I haven't had a gate drop in a while and I was really nervous. And I'm like, bro, you just engineered your own system to work against yourself. So awesome to see Joe back. And if you're Pro Circuit Monster Energy Kawasaki, you need that. You need something to go well. And at least you got 4th. That's not bad. All right, that's our weed show at MotoGP. I got this vest. I get to go down on the grid later on and watch the NBC Motorsports channel. I'm going to put together a special show just for them with some of the highlights behind the scenes on the MotoGP side. Thanks to them for giving me the access. And who knows, maybe one of these years we'll have an Austin Supercross and Chase Sexton can come in here with his chest all puffed out being like, y'all watch me win in person last night and get to be big man on campus. That would be really cool if we could combine these things in the one race weekend. I don't know, there's a football stadium. Can we do it? Thanks for watching.